Hey folks, Angelique Weiley here, business consultant, and today's topic that we're going to talk about is the importance of having a safety committee for your business. Now, not every single business needs to have a safety committee. Usually, if you have over 10 employees, is what OSHA recommends, then you should have some sort of a safety committee made up of just a couple people. Obviously, if you've got 20 employees, 30, 40, 50, 100, over 100 employees, you want to have a safety committee made up of, multiple members, not just 2 or 3. You're going to want 5, 10, 20 members on your safety committee. Kind of what you would want to do to set that up is to have the employees elect and vote for your safety committee members. Usually what's kind of common is for each department to nominate 2 members and then you vote. You kind of want to have representatives from each department on your safety committee. Let's just say if you run a distribution center or a warehouse, you want feedback from different departments because you don't always know everything. Not all the employees know what's going on in every department, and there might be different safety issues in different departments that are relevant. So you kind of want representation from each department on the safety committee. Another thing that you want to do is, make sure even office personnel have seats on the safety committee. The reason for that being is there's still a lot of safety issues in an office. People don't think about it, but there's ergonomics and there's fire drills and things that office personnel need to be involved just as heavily as manufacturing facility, a warehouse type work. Don't just think that safety belongs to blue collar work. Please don't just think that. If you are in an office environment, if you're in a restaurant environment, if you are in a retail environment, those type of businesses still need safety. Even car dealerships and banks and just pretty much any type of business out there needs to have some kind of safety awareness for the employees and some kind of safety training. So it's very important to make sure that you have some kind of a safety committee. And like I said, OSHA really recommends if you have 10 employees or more that you have a safety committee. If you have under 10 employees, it's probably just something that you want to be discussing on a regular basis, maybe in meetings that you may have with your less than 10 employees. Just bring up safety as an issue and ask employees if they have any issues with safety. So then once you do the nominations and you do the voting, a safety committee is formed. And if you are a leader or you're part of management, usually you don't take a seat in those meetings. You can sit in them and observe and take notes. Most of the time during safety committee meetings, they're going to be writing a list of things that they want to come discuss with you anyway. And also management is to read, review, and approve safety meeting notes. So, but you want the employees to be able to have a voice in these meetings. And it's important for them to feel that they are important and that they have a say in kind of what's going on with the workplace. So this is kind of their forum to do that, and you want to be able to let them have that outlet, and that's kind of what the importance of a safety committee is. So and there will be a facilitator in there. Believe me, there needs to be a facilitator, whether it's one of your supervisors or if you want to designate a safety director, that's maybe a supervisor or a manager that reports to you, that's fine, because what that person does is they facilitate the meeting. They keep it moving on. They hold the agenda. They keep it on track. They keep people from straying. A lot of times safety committees just think about what kind of money we can spend, and it may stray off a beaten path, and it doesn't sometimes focus on what the true issue is and a resolution. I've had safety committees that were in my building and reading safety notes, and a lot of it was, we need to buy this, we need to buy that, we need to buy this, and you need a facilitator to make sure that the employees stay on focus, to maybe change procedures or really dig down to the root of things. It's not always about spending money in the business to change things. It's maybe just adjusting something or fixing something, or changing a process for something. And a facilitator sitting in those meetings will help guide that. Also, you're going to want a note taker. In my old business, our HR manager did that, sat in on those meetings and took notes. It's nice to have someone sitting in there from HR, from a employee perspective, employee representation, representation for employees. But it's all relative who the employees feel comfortable sitting in those meetings. But it needs to stay on track. Now, really, the focus of the safety committee needs to be the safety of the workplace. And I'm not just talking aesthetics. I'm talking procedurally too. So if we're talking about an office setting or a retail setting, we're talking about lifting procedures, we're talking about ergonomic procedures, we are talking about, if you're in a warehouse environment, you're talking about equipment procedures, right? Right away and stopping of equipment, lifting of boxes, stretching exercises. If you're working in a warehouse, you need to make sure you have stretching exercises. This is my suggestion to you. Every state is different, and most states are regulated by OSHA or some kind of regulatory authority like an OSHA. There might be labor and industries department or something like that in your state that regulates OSHA activities. You want to figure out who that regulatory body is, first of all, because then they will have the regulations in writing, and you can order a book from them on safety regulations for your state. From there, you then know, and you can focus on what procedures and operating procedures that you guys need as a business for safety related things. So if you have ladders, you might have to have a ladder safety procedure. If you're lifting boxes, you might have to have a lifting procedure. You might have to have a stretching procedure. If you have, you might have to have a fire drill procedure, tornado drill procedures, all of these different safety related things, bloodborne pathogens, first aid, CPR, AED. You want to make sure that you have that. And the safety committee will make sure that you stay on top of things, like if you have a group of people who are first aid and CPR trained, that needs to be renewed every 2 years. If you have fire extinguishers in the building, those need to be inspected monthly and checked off. If you have fire drills or tornado drills, somebody has to coordinate that. So safety committee is very important. There's so many different things that they're doing for your business, and really that OSHA book or that regulatory body book for your state is really a checklist of everything that you need to be watching out for in your business. Now, believe me, OSHA can come in at any time and do an audit of your business and say, let me see all your procedures. Let me see your safety committee notes. That's why I'm saying this is important and that you should do this. If you have any more questions about this or need some help with it, please feel free to contact me on my channel. I've got my website on there, contact information. Just please be safe at all times and make sure that you're set up to protect your assets as a company, because that's really what this is doing. So thank you and have a great day.